been my practice since I've been here at St. Luke's to offer midweek services that are particularly Feast of the Lord that happen in the middle of the week. And the presentation is just one such feast, right? It's 40 days after the birth of Jesus, after Christmas. The law of Moses, as it said in the gospel, prescribes families to come to the temple for rites of purification and also presentation of Jesus. And it's just a great opportunity to engage in the calendar of the church, and by engaging in the calendar, the life of Jesus. Dear people of God, 40 days ago, we celebrated the joyful feast of the incarnation of Jesus. Today, we recall the day on which he was presented in the temple, fulfilling the law of Moses. Led by the Spirit, Simeon and Anna came to the temple, recognized the child as the Christ, and proclaimed him with joy. United by the same Spirit, we now enter the house of God, where we shall recognize Christ in the breaking of bread. According to the rubrics, the idea is that you gather someplace other than the church. And in a sense, you're mirroring the Holy Family, right, who is outside of the temple and moves into the temple. And by carrying light in a procession, we are emulating Mary and Joseph carrying Christ into the temple, carrying the light of the world into the temple.
Lord, you now have set your servant free to go in peace as you have promised. For these eyes of
people have been honoring and thinking about the relationship between Christ and candles for many, many centuries, if not thousands of years. It's a wonderful thing because you're actually taking something tangible and something physical and actual and connecting it to your faith, which is, sometimes mysterious and nebulous and, not easily understandable. And so when you can draw a correlation between the real world and your faith and Christ, the impact is greater. It resonates on a deeper level, I think. I can remember asking myself, I was probably on a retreat with adults, but someone asked me rather, how is it that a candle is like God? I realized, this is a question that you can ask anybody. And when something like candles or light, fire, is so archetypal, it's so much a part of ourselves and our existence, our human experience, that to ask a child, how is a candle like God, or how is fire like God? It just spells it out for you. The reality is that a child can answer that very clearly. And when a kid can give you an answer and draw the connection, a candle gives light. A candle is warm. Fire is both scary and exciting. There are so many different ways to think about things that are elemental. Fire tonight, and how it creates a connection for us between the actual physical world and the interior world. It illuminates, it makes sense to folks, and I think that's why, I think there's so many things in the church just on an average Sunday that we overlook, Candles is certainly one of them. The feast of the presentation, the procession of Candlemas and the blessing of candles is just reminding people, that you can look at something in church and actually make a connection.
By the power of the Holy Spirit, he became incarnate.
I think the opportunity to come to a midweek service, it breaks the rhythm of every Sunday. And you come into church and all of a sudden it feels different because it's not a Sunday morning. It's dark outside. The lights are different. The stained glass windows are illuminated not from the outside but from the inside. And all of these things create an atmosphere and a space that really invokes a spirit of separation, that I think we don't get as much on Sunday morning. So I think midweek Eucharists are a great opportunity to take a pause and recognize that even this church, which some of the people in the pews tonight have come for longer than I've been around, they get to see it in a different way, in a way that they might not see it normally. This is it's a totally different opportunity, just a simple feast that they may have never celebrated before.